Good afternoon, guys. I hope you guys are well. This is a quick word for some of you guys, okay? Listen, the Lord blessed you with a sensitivity level that is out of this world, like literally out of this world, meaning your sensitivity level is always going to be picking up on things that are going on in the spirit, okay? But one of the things that you have to pay attention to pertaining to your sensitivity level is there's certain things that may affect you more than someone else. And the reason being is because of your sensitivity level. The type of sensitivity level the Lord gave you, it means that you can use your emotional intelligence on a whole nother level. When you're sensitive in the spirit, you have a spiritual emotional intelligence as well, meaning that you can discern something spiritually and it can also affect your emotions. Now it's up to you whether you choose to entertain it or detach from it, okay? And it's your decision based on how you respond to specific things. Now, the Lord wants you to have peace. Of course, we already fight a lot of warfare on a daily basis. The enemy's always throwing tricks at us, right? He's always throwing arrows at us. God does not want us to attract unnecessary warfare upon our lives that we don't even need to go through. Yes, some obstacles are part of the plan, but there's a lot of obstacles that we attract because we don't make the right decisions or because we choose to entertain certain things, which opens certain doors. And as someone that's sensitive in the spirit, you have to be very wise as to what you are entertaining. If it's not something that's going to benefit you in a positive way, where your cup's being filled from it, where you're learning from it, or revelation is coming from it, then it's only going to drain you. It's only going to make you tired. It's only going to make your spirit feel more afflicted. And then you're going to feel uneasy, and that removes your peace. The devil's very tricky. He will bring something as small as misinformation, or just you hearing about gossip about someone else, eating in the dream. He will use these things in order to drain your energy because the enemy knows that you're sensitive in the spirit. Remember, Satan doesn't really see those who cannot discern in the spirit. He doesn't really see them as a threat because he can do his things in the spirit and they won't know about it until it manifests in the physical, and then they have to pray against it. It's those that can see things before it manifests in the physical is who Satan is threatened by. Because what happens is you're able to rebuke, denounce, and cancel it before anything happens in the physical. And that's why most people that are very sensitive in the spirit, they end up being attacked a lot more, because Satan does not like the fact that they can discern things before it even happens, okay? So you have to be very wise as to what you are entertaining. And I heard the Lord say, avoid godless chatter. Now, I know Paul was talking to Timothy about avoid godless chatter pertaining to quarreling about words and quarreling about scriptures and everything like that. But when the Holy Spirit explained it to me, it was more so in general, to avoid anything that is godless, that is not the fruits of the spirit. And the reason being, let me give you some examples. You ever had a conversation with someone and they may have called you and said, hey, I want to know how you're doing, and you tell them how you're doing, etc., and everything's going well in the conversation, and then they start talking about someone else, and they start pouring information out about someone else, and the information is negative, and you start entertaining it and you start feeding into it. And then guess what? As soon as you come off the phone with that person fed their adrenaline. That person absorbed energy just from talking about somebody, where now you're drained, you're tired, and you feel uneasy. Now the tasks that you were supposed to do for your day, you no longer can do it. It's the same concept when you're around someone in the workplace. If someone in the workplace comes to you, sits at the desk, and you guys start having a conversation, and it's something negative, and you start feeling drained. And some people will purposely bring negative talk to you, knowing that you're sensitive in the spirit, knowing that things like this can affect you emotionally, because you're feeling it on a whole nother level. Because again, I talked about, when you're in the flesh versus when you're more in the spirit. When you're more in the spirit, things affect you differently, and it could affect you a lot more than someone in the flesh, because someone in the flesh may not be able to feel the spiritual affliction, whereas you could feel both physical and spiritual affliction. So there's people that know that if they say something or do something, it can definitely affect you spiritually, so they purposely do it to drain your energy. They purposely do it to throw you off. Another example of this is like waking up first thing in the morning and you get this phone call, and it's not even like 9 o'clock a.m. yet, but you get a phone call from, let's just say, a family member, and they call you and start bringing up all this drama. Instantly, when you come off the phone, their adrenaline is fed. That parasite in them has been fed. But now when it comes to you, now you're having a hard time starting your day. Now you feel thrown off. Now you have a headache, and they did that on purpose. Or some people don't know they're doing it. So the Lord wants you to avoid godless chatter. The Lord wants you to discern, because he wants you to have peace. Okay? He wants you to have a peace of mind. Again, sometimes warfare that we have no control of happens, right? But we also have a responsibility to choose what we entertain and what we put our time, effort, and energy into. Okay, and if you are someone that is sensitive, understand that you have to protect your peace at all costs, because your peace is what's going to help you continue to stay obedient. Your peace is what's going to help you continue to fight the warfare. Okay? 2 Timothy 2 verse 16. Avoid godless chatter, because those who indulge in it will become more and more ungodly. Okay? Also understand that sometimes people will bring godless chatter to you because they want you to start operating on that same level as them, right? They want you to start doing the things that they're doing. And some people know that you have blessings coming, breakthroughs coming, and they want to try to get you to do the things that are unfruitful to block your opportunities. Okay, so be very discerned, be very wise, and protect your peace. Okay, this is for someone or for maybe a group of you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.